What's going on, you guys? My name is Rage and we are back today with another Doom Chapter 4 video guide and playthrough for you all. In today's video, we're going through another strategy here in terms of using the X Factor team to get through nodes 4 to 6 on Chapter 4. And as you guys may have seen in my previous videos, we used the Astonishing X-Men, but I realized that some players out there may not have Jubilee unlocked, and fortunately with X Factor, they are another feasible team, and even with just 4 of them, they can actually get the job done. But I will show you guys the upgrades levels here, and that way I can give you a source of reference, and then we'll dive into the gameplay. So starting off here, a long shot level 70 here, and that's just honestly to bring him to tier 13. And as you can see, the really important piece for him is getting the T4 on his passive against all odds. Essentially what this allows him to do is really be able to provide himself and his ally crits to increase the speed bar with any of the crit damage, and as well on his turn he's actually going to heal for 20% of his health. He gains crit chance, and as well the allies gain crit chance as well, and that just really helps bolster teams in terms of the overall damage and getting them healed up. Next, we got Polaris here, and as you can see, no T4s on her abilities, but it is important to note that she is also tier 13, level 70. Just having those necessary statistical upgrades are important. She's going to be applying disruption and being able to really control the field and provide support as a controller, but she won't be doing a lot of damage, but she will be applying bleeds and those disruptions, which is really good. Next, we got Shatterstar working hand in hand with his fellow dad brother, and as you can see, similar to Longshot, the Force of Will passive here is also T4'd, and again on self or crit ally, you can see here the barrier is going to activate. All the X Factor allies are actually going to get the barrier for 20% of his max health, and as well he's also going to gain that on turn healing as well with the increase for crit damage. The notable thing about this ability is that it works in tandem with a Longshot, so that's why it's extremely important to have them upgraded, and they're going to be able to provide barriers and healing, and as well as the additional increase in damage. Last but not least, Multiple Man can be argued as the main tank, pseudo tank for this. Him creating clones, although he doesn't have any T4s on his abilities, this is what actually has helped me push through the nodes here, so you don't need him too high. But as you can see, the necessary upgrade will be the level 4 Isolate Healer. That's going to provide some healing to the team, and as well, it's really a special and ultimate, creating those clones that are going to be soaking up much needed damage for this push. So as you can see, those are the 4 that I'm using right now. Please feel free to use other hero mutants to soak up damage as the 5th, but for the demonstration of the gameplay here, I am only going to use these 4 and show you guys that you only need the 4 to get through it. So that being said, you guys, let's dive right into the gameplay. Total team power 276k, exactly the same as the first node. And as you guys can see here, again, I kept Multiple Man away from my high damaging allies and being Longshot and Shatterstar, just because we want them away from the damage, especially with Multiple Man likely focusing on damage. So similar to the first node here, we actually do get Dr. Doom once again on our side. So we're going to start things off here with the ultimate, granting defense up for our fellow X Factor allies. And again, combo that up with the special here, just because it does a lot of beautiful damage, as you can see, and we get the speed bar whenever it crits too. So the scary thing here is we just have to worry about a lot of Hulks, but you know, initially here in my wave, I do focus on taking down the operators first, because that is actually how you win this node. But truth be told, we actually do have to take down all the enemies. So you can see, even with that short preliminary Dr. Doom special, we clear off a lot of enemies here, and now we're already at 12 out of 20 left. And you know, I do strictly just focus on the operators here, because yeah, quite frankly, these guys just don't do enough damage for us, especially with them being very similar to our team's power. The mindful thing here is just to be cautious of Hulk. You know, if you give him the right time and space when he hits that below 50% threshold, that's when we got to worry about him. But so as long as we take out everybody else and we time our abilities, we shouldn't have an issue here. So you can see here at 10 out of 20 enemies, it does actually spawn a really significant cluster here, and that's where we have to be aware. You know, sometimes the Hulk can actually do a lot of damage, especially if they land in the right way, hitting our clones and whatnot. And you can see they're quite tanky as well. But once we get our abilities here, starting off with Dr. Doom, once again with the ultimate, healing up our side and getting the speed bar here, we're going to utilize this basic here to focus on the operators, and now we're going to combo that up with a devastating special. And you can see there that really does clear up the board immediately. lately. We don't even really do much with our X Factor team. They're just there to soak damage, but it's really Dr. Doom that really pushes us through this node. So should be very straightforward. You can likely use a lower team than what I showed, but just to show you guys a team that doesn't utilize Jubilee at all. So thank you as always, you guys. Do appreciate you checking my videos, and as always, see you in the next one.